I heard you're giving free drinks tonight. You don't mind me taking you up on that offer, do you? Kylan flashes me a sunny smile and I chortle, shaking my head at him. Hey, I didn't offer you free drinks, just Iviria. Ouch. Are we not comrades too? Nope, we only fought together once or twice. You don't deserve that little title yet. Kylan burst out laughing, shooting me a mock-wounded look. Then never mind, I suppose I won't tell you about my research progress then. All humor immediately drains away, and I lean forward, eager to hear Kylan's report. What is it? Did you find anything? Kylan shakes his head, an apologetic look on his face. Then digs out a small bottle and slides it over to me. What's this? You finished the potion? Yes, drink it. A flash of humor crosses his face and he winks. I promise it's not going to kill you. Will it cure the problem? No, unfortunately not. At best, it will just lessen the frequency of your symptoms. I swirl the clear liquid in the bottle around, slightly hesitant to drink some unknown potion. Aliya, let me drink it. If it works, tell him to make you another. Aliya holds out their hand with an anxious glance at the bottle. Kylan lets out a sigh, a small scowl on his face. Do you really think I'd poison her? Lyell doesn't speak, merely pressing their lips together tightly and gesturing for me to give them the potion. Oh, now Lyell wants to act like my best friend who has my best interests at heart. Shooting a defiant glance at Lyell, I pluck out the stopper of the bottle and down it in one go. I had been expecting the potion to taste as sickening as some of the medicine I've been forced to take by the Medis after battle, but to my surprise the liquid is completely tasteless and rolls down my throat easily. Aliya! Damn it, why would... The rest of Lyell's words are drowned out by a sudden loud voice rising above the chatter in the guild hall. We all whirl around to see the disheveled hunter leaning against the open doors, desperately yelling a warning. They are coming! Corrupted creatures, a lot of them, heading towards town from the south! A hush falls over the hall. For a moment before chaos endures, everyone's gambling for their weapons and screaming out instructions to their party members. Lyell and I are instantly on our feet. I turn to Lyell and Kylan grimly. We need to go help. You two with me? It was mostly a meaningless question, as Lyell has always been my partner in crises like this, while I doubt Kylan would sit this battle out despite being retired. Yet, to my utmost surprise, Lyell shakes his head, a troubled look on her face. Ich weiß es nicht. Jetzt kann ich nicht mehr zurückdrücken. You go ahead without me. I'm going to try to get more backup soldiers and supplies. Annoyance flares up within me. I cross my arms in anger. Seriously? You should be with me on the front lines like we always are. Lyell looks pained, but they only give me an apologetic, almost helpless look. You don't understand. This is important, Aliya. I'll be there as soon as possible. Before I can bevor ich sie weiter beschützen kann. Before I can protest further, Lyell has already spun on their heels and darted towards the doors, waving in and out of the crowd. Taking a deep breath to steady myself, I turn my attention to Kylan, who has never been frantically flipping through a pile of scrolls from his bag. Kylan, shall we go? Go on without me. I need to find... I don't understand. What? What are you talking about? Kylan mumbles under his breath as he continues looking at his scrolls, appearing to not even hear my question. Kylan? Come on. He doesn't reply. Eyeing all the vassals armed to the teeth, flooding out of my guild hall and rushing towards the town border. I let out a frustrated growl. Damn it! Suit yourself, I'm going to the front lines. Pulling my sword from its sheath, I join the rest of the soldiers, rushing out of the guild hall without a second glance backwards. Oh, da kommt wieder gefährliche Musik und so. Pained cries and dying holds echo through the air, muffled by the blood pounding in my ear. Darting forward, I cut down a race about the stripe at the fallen soldiers, and he shot me a grateful look before scrambling back to his feet. Panting from the exertion, I paused to brush the hair out of my eyes, and grimace at the sticky blood I've accidentally smeared over my forehead. How long has it been? It feels like a decade has passed since the battle has begun. Aliya! I look up to see Airis approaching with an exhausted smile, blood splattered all over her armor. Airis, glad you're not hurt. Where's Lyle? Surprising they aren't with you. Can only shrug in response, turning to kick away a goblin that was trying to sneak up on me. In that case, watch my back, and I'll watch yours? Of course. Throwing myself back into the midst of the fight, with Airis by my side, my mind automatically voids itself of all thoughts but the battle. I go through the practiced motions of slashing and stabbing that almost feel like second nature to me by now, cutting down the enemies in front of me one by one. Eventually, the hordes of creatures begin to decrease in numbers, growing thinner and thinner. Slowly but surely, we're driving them back away from the town border. A deafening cheer erupts from the soldiers, and the remaining creatures, having sensed their impending loss, turn tail and run back into the forest. We did it! Airis throws down her sword, immediately collapsing to the ground, staring up at the sunset with a dazed smile. Stunned by the sudden end of the battle, it takes a minute for me to process the victory, and when I do, I sink to the ground with an exhausted sigh, letting my sword clatter next to mine. We did it! We really did it! Too tired to speak, Airis can only give me a thumbs up in response, closing her eyes. The adrenaline slowly fades from my veins, and I'm suddenly aware of the throbbing pain in every part of my body, and the blood gushing from my shoulder. Overwhelmed by the sudden fatigue and pain, I can only close my eyes, leaning my head against a nearby tree. I don't know how long we just remained there, trying to recover from the intense battle, but when I opened my eyes again, there's a healer bent over me, a soft blue glow emitted from his hands as he tended to my wounds. Thank you. Here, drink this too. It helps to recover some of your energy. Presses a bottle in my hand. I take a greedy gulp, almost choking in my haste. You should rest for a while before moving. Let the magic heal your wounds fully first. Thanks. He nods in acknowledgement before moving on to Airis, repeating the same motions he just went through with me. As some of my energy returns to me, the fog begins to lift from my mind. This potion is pretty effective. I should tell Lyle to look into making some of these. Or maybe Kylan. He likes Rizzy. Lyle and Kylan. Did they make it to the battle? Are they hurt? Leaning my weight against my thought, I struggle to my feet and stumble towards the rest of the camp. Maybe I should go look for them. Right then, Airis lets out a pained cry, followed by a long torrent of furious words reprimanding the healer. My head jerks to Airis, concerned about her. Kylan and Lyle are missing, while Airis is injured. What should I do now? Who should I check on first? Ich denk mal, da Airis ja sowieso gerade bei uns in der Nähe ist, gucken wir jetzt erstmal nach ihr. Da, ja, wie gesagt, sie ist halt gerade hier und die anderen müssen wir erst suchen und so weiter. Und vielleicht geht's denen ja gut oder die sind gar nicht erst in die Schlacht gezogen. Und Airis braucht vielleicht gerade Beistand von einem Freund oder so. Also gucken wir nach ihr. Airis is injured and clearly scrabbling with the healer, which is probably not the best course of action to take when you're an exhausted, wounded soldier at the healer's mercy. Knowing how much she dislikes medics and her penchant for sarcasm, she's probably driving the healer up the wall and making him consider adding poison to her potion. I should check on her first. I look for Lyle and Kylan later. A few minutes of delay won't change anything. Turning back around, I hobble towards Airis, who is now leaning against a tree, arguing vehemently with the healer. I told you, I'm fine, I don't need your potions. My shoulder is not injured, so stop touching me. The exasperation is clear, as the day in the healer's voice. It's not injured anymore because I relocated it. Just drink the potions. They'll help you go to sleep so you can recover sooner. I'm fine, I don't need your sleeping potions and I don't need your medical attention. Airis, are you giving the healer a hard time? She looks with a scowl and brushes the hair out of her eyes. Tell him I'm a fast natural healer, I don't need his potions. Airis, you're such a difficult patient. Here, let me try it. I get her to drink it. Sitting down next to Airis, I take the potion from the healer, who gives me a grateful look before leaving. So, damit hätten wir nicht nur das Ende dieser Folge, sondern auch das meine Aufnahmesession erreicht. Das heißt, ich weiß jetzt zu diesem Zeitpunkt genauso viel wie ihr und werde dann demnächst erst neue Folgen aufnehmen. Da es einfach von Aufnahmezeit und so weiter her nicht gepasst hat, musste ich eben hier die Aufnahmesession beenden. Auch wenn das jetzt nicht das krasseste Ende ist oder so, aber ich schätze mal, wir kommen damit klar. Und ja, ich hoffe mal, euch hat die Folge gefallen. Und dann sehen wir uns beim nächsten Mal wieder, wenn wir vermutlich Kylan und Lyle suchen werden und nachsehen, ob denen denn im Kampf was passiert ist, beziehungsweise was die überhaupt die ganze Zeit gemacht haben. Ich freue mich schon darauf zu sehen, wie die Geschichte weitergeht. Ich hoffe, euch geht's genauso. Und dann wünsche ich euch noch einen wunderschönen Tag, Abend, was auch immer. Und bis dann.